AkronHipHop.com, the Reporter NewspaperOnline.com. Hey man, wait a minute. What is you wearing?
Legacy Worldwide, Ohio.
You representing today, huh?
Absolutely, always.
Hey man, first off, your videos are doing great. It's doing some incredible work for people, man. And the way you break it down, somebody told me the way you break this thing down is so simple.
Thank you.
You know what? Speaking of so simple, I got a simple question, but I'm sure you're gonna break it down in simple fashion.
Okay,
Hey,
let's
listen,
hear it.
when is it time, or what's the indicator to identify when it's time to do something different? Top three.
The top 3 indications on when it's time to do something different. That's a very good question. It's a deep question. Number 1, I would say if you find yourself in your comfort zone, because nothing grows in a comfort zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in your comfort zone, it's time for change. It's time to do something different. Number 2 would be if you find yourself not happy, finding whatever, and that could look like health, finances, physical, mental, any stage of life, spiritual that you're in, where you're finding yourself not happy. That is an indication, a big indication, that it is time to do something different. It's time for some change. And the other thing that I can think of is maybe what, used to really get it last year for you doesn't feel like it's getting it anymore.
Okay, that's a good point.
And it feels like something needs to give. Those would be my 3 indications for, it's time to change. And here's the crazy thing. If you don't mind me talking about change, I'm just going to speak on change a little bit.
Well, do your thing, girl.
All right.
I'm just here.
All right. You gave me a little heads up that we were going to be talking about growing and changing, so I took a few notes on my phone. So
you look like one of the rappers in the studio with your cell phone. They be rapping with their cell phones nowadays.
Right? If I glance down at my phone, I'm referring to my notes because this is really important stuff and I didn't want to miss anything. So first of all, change is a thing that people are going to ask for and say they want all the time, for sure this time of year, because we're starting, to get close to the new year. People have New Year's resolutions. Maybe it's, I want to lose weight, I want to do this, I want to do that. And people are going to say they want that, and in the very same sentence, they're going to give you the excuse why, they can't change their life. And changes, it's all over, right? It's happening all over the place right now. Yeah, it's natural. And it's natural in the world. It should be natural for us humans. And here's what I think. If you look around this time of year, leaves are changing, leaves are falling on the ground and dying. What's going to happen next year? They're going to grow and be beautiful again, right?
Right.
So we can't stop change whether we want to or not. Nobody stays 2 or 3 years old forever. So whether you want to grow or change, whether you want to or not, it's gonna happen.
Right.
And here's the thing. Let me just glance down at my notes again.
Okay, Drake.
So growth is not easy. It is not easy, and I feel like maybe some people feel like growth is easy for one person and hard for the next.
Right. Okay.
I don't believe that. I feel like growth and change is not easy for anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if they're the Grant Cardone or somebody that is like me, that's just starting out, right? Change is not easy. And in the same way that change terrifies us, it also excites us, right? And one more note that I had is, let me see. It's difficult, right? I said it's difficult. It's difficult to confront your struggles and the things you've went through to grow into the person you're meant to be and the purpose that God has for your life, or the universe, whoever you believe in, has for your life. So let me see here. I took a lot of notes.
Man, you know what? That's important, man.
I took a lot of notes.
And as she look at the notes, I got to tell you guys, listen, man, don't forget she's here every Wednesday. We're in Akron, Ohio, 1544 South Hawkins Street in Akron, Ohio. At 7 p.m., she's giving you this great knowledge in the physical.
Yep.
So you can see her on the timeline all week long, but get off your butt. Come see her in the physical because she's in Akron for you. How about that?
Absolutely. So one other note that I have is change is one thing that is hoped for just as much as it's despised. And I think we can all relate to that. We all love change, but we all despise the growth that it forces us to go through. And what I'm going to refer back to is that how change terrifies us just as much as it excites us. I'm going to use the person that's in a toxic relationship, okay?
Okay, good metaphor.
So I feel like each one of us has been in that situation at least once or twice in our life. And here's what happens is if we're in a toxic relationship and maybe our spouse, significant other is stepping out on us, maybe they're not respecting us, I know I did at one point, was like, wow, what would it be like to have that spouse, that's on the same page, that has the same goals as me, that loves me the way, I deserve to be loved. So in the same way that you have that toxic spouse and you're thinking of this amazing spouse you could have, that's an exciting thing, right? Mm-hmm. But while you're with this toxic spouse or significant other, you're like, but what if I leave him or her and, I don't find somebody else? Maybe I'm going to be lonely my whole life. And that's where I feel like change comes, growth comes, and you have to take that step in faith.
You have to go over that fear.
Yes, get over that fear and take that leap of faith.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. But here's what's kind of crazy. Faith is believing in something that is a belief of something unknown, right?
Yes.
But see, your credentials, your experience make that faith easy because they can know for a fact you can translate that fear into positive
Absolutely.
things. So that's
Absolutely.
good. That's you, girl.
Absolutely. And people ask me all the time, hey, how do you get over fear? So my answer to that from my own experience, for example, is just do the thing that you're afraid of. I'm not saying to go, take off on 10 spouses. That's not what I'm saying. But use it in any area of your life, whether it's finances, health, mentality, whatever it is, relationships, whatever it is. Just to just do the thing that you're fearful of.
Make it happen, Captain.
Make it happen. Repeat the thing over and over. I have to think as an example of the person that goes to a brand new job, their very first day. They might have a little anxiety. They might be a little afraid. They're not going to be comfortable, right? But stick that person in that environment for 1 to 3 weeks, every single day, the same thing, just repeating it. Eventually, they're going to get up, in the morning, get their cup of coffee and go to work, not even think about what they're doing. They're comfortable now. And like for myself, like I said, just repetition on that thing that you're afraid of is eventually going to, make your fears go. Yeah, make your fears go away. It's definitely going to help. And the other thing I want to add in there yet is to make sure whatever it is that you are doing, to make sure that it is something worth getting good at. And what I mean by that, I'll give you one more example, is I'm going to use someone that loves to play video games, right? And they're putting all their effort, time, energy, focus into that, video game to get good at it. And you can do something like that. I'm not knocking that, but what I am saying is that all that effort, time, and energy that you're putting into the video games, you could be over here doing a side hustle, doing a ministry, doing whatever you're passionate about, and in the long run, bring value not only to your own life, but to, bring value to the community, bring value to somebody else's life, which is really key. So do something that's worth getting good at. I
like your words today. I'm excited. I feel like I need to do something that I'm good at.
Absolutely, you do.
I'm gonna get back into the drawing.
All right, yeah,
Painting
absolutely.
Stuff like that. Just make it happen.
Yep, make it happen.
Man, I like that. That's the moral of the story. So listen, in closing, tell somebody how to get in touch with you.
So you can get in touch with me. I just want to throw this out there too. It is, like I said, it's the end of the year. I want to throw this out here. If you want your finances, y'all know I'm like a coach, right? So if you want your finances to look different in 2020 than they did in 2019, guys, feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy, honored to help you guys increase your finances in 2020. You can contact me at theaudramillershow.com. I'm also on IG at the Audra Miller Show, so you guys can link up with me there, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys there.
Have some fun and get something done.
Let's do it.
What?
You gotta get her.